Kind of a break in the weather for a day. Got some sunshine for the day, but as you can see, it's pretty windy. If you can kind of see the tops of the trees, which you can't because I'm driving. But anyway, supposed to be some more severe weather moving in tonight. But as far as today goes, in order to try to get something done, we're going to load up this 289, and we're going to go here north of Springfield, just up by the landfill. And we're going to cut a few walnut trees. I bought these trees about 2 weeks ago. That one got hauled into the yard yesterday, that rough old dude. Bought these trees about 2 weeks ago, and they're pretty good sized trees. They're bigger trees. There's only 5 of them, and was wanting to try to buy them outright, to just buy them and haul them back to the yard, just being 5 trees. The landowner and I, we finally decided, you know, just best deal for everybody. We'll just cut them on the halves and sell them right there. And even it being just a few trees like that, there'll still be a decent amount of footage. You'll see them here in just a little bit in the video. I'll get turned around here, turn around my yard. I need to build on my pad there so I got a better place to turn around, but I need to be back this afternoon because I've actually got some more logs being delivered into the yard tonight. We've been buying several logs on the yard here lately. People have been hauling in, which has been a pretty good deal. It's not like it's a big money maker by any means, because you got to be fair and you got to be competitive the best you can. And then you never know what's going to come in. Kind of like this old walnut here. It came in yesterday, and it came in on some guys brought it in up by Kansas City. They brought it, and I think they had four of their little logs on the trailer, and they were just too small to buy. But we'll get out here a second, shut everything off. Had a flat tire on the trailer first thing this morning, so had to get that dealt with. But yeah, this old rough thing here, they cut it a little high. If they'd left 2 or 3 more foot on it, it'd have been a real good piece. But I think they said they cut it about 4 foot up. It's hard to do much on things like this just because they're so rough. And the walnut market, it's kind of buttoning up a little bit with all the trade stuff going on, which I think it's, honestly, my professional opinion, I think it's the best thing for it. I've thought about what to do with this log in terms of how to make the best for it. We'll probably make a 7-foot piece out of it back here. Just cut it off right there, try to clean those edges up a little bit. Then we'll have another 8 foot in here, and we'll have to cut this gnarly thing off up here where it limbed out in a bunch of places. So that ain't no good for nothing. And we'll just try to clean it up the best we can. I've also thought about, you know, setting this aside just over here on the yard and selling it, you know, just to individuals that do woodworking and tabletops. This slab wood and tabletop thing is getting to be such a big deal. I've thought about doing that, and I have some calls for it every now and then. It'd be one of those deals where I'd do that. I'd set it off over here to the side, and then it'd sit here because I'd never get another call like that again. That's usually how my luck works. I get a lot of calls, then decide to do something, then I never get another call about it. Anyway, we'll get the ramps kicked down. We'll get this 289 loaded up. The 99's on the job down there north of Stockton. We're just going to take the forks with us, try to run as light as we can. No other attachments. The only other attachment I would need would be the brush grapple. It's at Brandon's farm because he's been using it. So we'll just run down there with forks only. Try to get this knocked out. It's a fairly open area. Then we'll get back and get here to unload trucks later. Unloaded right out here on the farm road. Drive through the nice little mowed area. Kick it into high gear. These jobs like this are, as you guys have watched the videos a lot, these are more and more common. I can remember a time we wouldn't even, when I was younger with Dad, you know, working all the time, we wouldn't even consider cutting things like this. For one, we couldn't really justify moving a log skidder down here when we had bigger log skidders. We didn't have these skid steers. And it just, it really wasn't worth our time. You years ago to do little jobs like this, but anymore, we try to be more versatile. Kind of see one of those big trees right there. Here's the other real big one. 6 of them, I guess there is, but they're big trees. 6 big trees. Nice little mowed area here. We're just going to back this up and we'll park this. We'll start the cutting. Everything on the ground here and away we go. We got the first one cut down and bucked up. I went through and cut all the brush up. We're going to just kind of push it together in a pile. The landowner said he kind of wanted to take care of some of the cleanup on it. He burns the wood, which walnut's not good wood to burn, but I guess it's better than nothing. And it's good to see that it's being utilized for something. The top of it, which I should have brought my brush grapple thinking about it now. But this will be alright. We'll just kind of go through here. Just kind of be easy with the forks. Try not to get into the ground like I just did. We'll just kind of push that stuff up. This one's getting ready to come down now. There she goes. That cut pretty good there. Cut pretty good. This one here, we need to pull it a little bit, so we've got some chains on the top of there and hooked to the front of the skid steer. Now, this is we use this method here like this. I don't want to say we use it a lot, but we've used it several times before. If you get someplace, just need to kind of pull on things. Like right here we go. That's simple. That's simple. Unhook the chains, we'll get over there, we'll get her bucked up and try to get the top. We've been trying to push all the tops right over here, trying to keep them centralized. We're cutting them up real small, and that way they stack together pretty good. Got the last tree on the ground, trying to get the last little bit cleaned up. Got a pretty good brush pile here. These are 5 big tree tops that we've cut them up pretty fine and minimized them, and even then push them up tight. We got Mike over here kind of doing some of the fine cleanup work. I was pretty sneaky today. I called Mike and asked him if he wanted to go with me. You can tell by the look, he's not real happy the finesse work. But I like to try to clean up the best we can when we're working in an area like this. To me, it's important for it to look good. You can tell my motions with the skid steer here. I'm making big, wide, sweeping turns. Not cutting down hard, trying to minimize the disturbance on the soil and the grass. Because they mow every bit of this. Again, you'll get that last little piece there cut up, and we'll grab it and pack it up to a pile. It'll be a pretty good bunch of logs for just 5 trees. A lot of footage of them. I sure would have liked to have these on the yard, bought them and hauled them home, bought them outright, but in the midst of the negotiation, the landowner kind of knew what he wanted, and there was a few that had bad lightning scar, and they've actually cut really good. Only one of them cut a little bit bad, and that's what scared me about giving too much for them. Knowing my luck, if I'd have bought them too much standing, every one of them would have cut bad. Fish that out there. There we go. But yeah, they've actually cut pretty good even with the lightning scars, which is good. And the landowner and I just agreed to cutting them on a percentage-based split, selling them right here. He was happy with that. I was happy with that. Everybody's going to come out a winner on it. Plus, I don't have to haul them home. In this instance, it isn't so bad selling them right here because I've got them piled up right here at the corner of his property, right along the paved blacktop on the farm road. So that'll work out really good. Just big chunks of wood. I don't know what the footage will be. When we get done here, we'll take a better look at it. Go from there. If you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.